man, they don't cut this man no fucking slack. You know what I'm saying? And especially in New York, you know what I'm saying? You know, New York is the biggest city, and like, damn, they heartless. They heartless. You know what I'm saying? You dig? And even though he from Queens, where his posse was at? You know what I'm saying? Where's I call him his crew, his clique? You know what I'm saying? His gang members, whatever you want, fucking call it. Where was his crew? You know what I'm saying? You dig? Because I'm gonna live there and put myself in that situations like a few months back, I had laid up there and beat up a YN. Yeah, I said it. I beat the shit out of a YN. And they tried to jump me. But the shit didn't work. Nah, the shit didn't work. You know? Cause it was like the little YN, he was talking crazy, you know what I'm saying? Doing these stretch like he a gangster or whatever it is, you know. And you meeting a gangster too, little daddy. You know, you meeting a fucking gangster too. So if a gangster and a gangster gonna clash, let's see who's gonna live there and last. You know, so once he put his hands up, you know what I'm saying? I'm all in.
I be spitting them facts, your opinion be whack. I got the microphone smoking, it's like I got it on crack. Yeah, I'm breaking it back, like the name on the jersey. I do my thing every week, so tune in every Thursday. Sweep it up like a broom, the elephants in the room. Feeling like MJ, I walk it out on the moon. These boys faster than Zoom, I'm floating like a balloon. From the womb to the tomb, I'm repping the green room, yeah.
What up, world? Welcome to the Green Room with Gipp and Glow, and I'm your host who does the most, Gippstar, a.k.a. Gippy, a.k.a. Mojo, a.k.a. Cocky Bell Boy, a.k.a. you can call me whatever you want, but just don't call me Collect. Man, I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in to episode 1 on season 2, and I'd really like to thank y'all, because I seen a lot of views on Instagram and Facebook, and y'all was kind of feeling me that I'm back, but I didn't broke it back in, and I'm here to stay. Like I said before, you know what I'm saying? And yes, I have one thing to say. I have the one thing to say. The things that I was mentioning in the last episode, I meant it. When I mentioned it, I meant it. And whatever I say, I can't take it back. Straight up, I can't take shit back. You know what I'm saying? And I won't take shit back. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think nobody was offended on what I said about let's see, like the issues, the topics that I was talking about. I'm not gonna get into everything that I was saying about it and shit, like, you know, but I don't feel like people was offended. I think the shit was kind of funny. You know what I'm saying? But just another thing I wanted to let y'all know. If anybody want to live there and tune into the Green Room or be a guest on the Green Room with Gipp and Gloop, you know what I'm saying? Just lay up there and contact me on my Facebook channel or my Instagram channel. My Facebook channel is Mojo Thompson. You know what I'm saying? My Instagram channel is Gippstar1021. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a guest, either from the phone or in person, you know what I'm saying? I'd like to have y'all, you know. And I have a new channel. Yes, I have a new channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get into that for a few in a few, but I like to say this. You know, the topics that I really talk about is real. You know what I'm saying? And every topic that I talk about, I want to put myself in that position. You know what I'm saying? Put myself in that position on the topics that I'm talking about, like what I'm gonna be talking about today. You know what I'm saying? But before we get into anything, y'all, like I said, I have a new YouTube channel, Gippstar ENT 45. Again, Gippstar ENT 45. GIPPSTAR ENT 45. Don't forget the 45, you know what I'm saying? I don't have the other channel. It was issues with that channel and shit like that, so I laid up there and made me a whole new channel. And I'm gonna lay up there and keep this channel. And we gonna lay up there and do the damn thing, you know what I'm saying? You did? And today's show, episode 2, season 2, is sponsored by Goddess Body. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, ladies, go get your shapers, go get your waist trainers, go get your firehouse. Located in the Oakwood Shopping Mall. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say it once, I'm gonna say it again, and I'm gonna say it again, and I'm gonna say it again and again and again. Ladies, if you got curves and you hot, Goddess Body is the spot. You know what I'm saying? You dig? I like to get into damn, I was looking at the internet and shit, man. It's really wild out here. It is really wild out here. The ICE people coming, you know what I'm saying? And you know, man, I got a lot of Spanish friends. I don't know if they illegal or legal immigrants and all that, you know what I'm saying? But let's keep these people in our prayers and hope they don't get fucked with like that, you dig? Because I laid up there and seen on the internet and I seen in person on the West Bank a lot of ICE trucks. You know what I'm saying? A lot of ICE trucks. You dig? When I mean by ICE trucks, you know what I'm saying? It's immigration and immigration customs and enforcement. Whatever the shit is, you know. And let's keep these people in our prayers, man, you dig? Because them people don't deserve to be fucked with like that, you know what I'm saying? They don't. They don't, you know. They really don't, you know what I'm saying? Because they didn't do me nothing. You know what I'm saying? They keep talking about getting these hard criminals, the governor talking about get these hard criminals out of our country and deport them back and all that shit there, man. Everybody ain't no criminal, Governor Landry. A lot of these people not criminals, like the women and the children. They're not criminals. You know what I'm saying? Some of the men is not criminals. You know what I'm saying? You mean to tell me when I be going to Home Depot and I be seeing these people look for work, you mean they in criminal activity, working, trying to live there and lay down cement, build houses in brickland and all that shit there? You know what I'm saying? Man, look here. Again, I'm going to say it again. Let's keep these people in our prayers, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't deserve that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because if they had like a status on white folks or something going back to fucking England or whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying? It would have been a big ass issue. A real big issue. You know what I'm saying? You did, but let's lay up there and get into the show, you know what I'm saying? Gipp and Glow, you know what I'm saying, by me saying this. Man. I think this what I think. I think that what people go through, your life ain't gonna get harder. You know what I'm saying? When I mean by go through, like going through hell and back, your life ain't gonna get easy. Life gonna get hard. You know? And by life being hard, you know what I'm saying? You dig? It's certain situations that we gotta climb out. It probably take a while to get out of it. It probably don't take nothing to get out of it, you know. But let's lay up there and fuck around and just keep these people in our prayers. Keep me in your prayers. I'm gonna keep y'all in my prayers. You know what I'm saying? You did, because we all go through something. You know what I'm saying? And let's go up there and start with the show, man. Oh man, Ja Rule, y'all. Ja Rule was allegedly jumped outside of a restaurant in New York City. Man, y'all ain't tired. Y'all ain't tired of fucking with Ja Rule. You know what I'm saying? Since 50 ended his career, ain't nothing been going good for him. I see. You know what I'm saying? From doing concerts with 500 people or 400 people, or you land up there doing some kind of shit out the country or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Nothing don't never go easy for this dude here, you know what I'm saying? You know, they said he was backstage and a few guys tried to live there and rump up on him, you know what I'm saying? But it didn't last long. It didn't last long, you know what I'm saying? And Fat Joe came and broke it up in the instant second. You know what I'm saying? That's some shit, you know what I'm saying? Fat Joe everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Every time they have a show or something you did, even though it's New York, Fat Joe everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure he gonna be on Jada and Joe saying how he de-escalated the situation. You know what I'm saying? But damn, Jock. You know what I'm saying? I was laying up there looking at what's this blogger name? This content creator, whatever her fucking name is. Tasha T, whatever her name is. That's the one Cardi B sued. She said that you got jumped, you know what I'm saying, and they beat the shit out you outside of a restaurant. You know what I'm saying? But he denied it. You know what I'm saying? And as I looked at Ja Rule go on the internet, it didn't look like he had a mark on him, Tasha K. Real shit. Didn't look like the man had a mark on him, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I had to go on 50 Instagram or whatever his page is and see what he had to say about you. And 50 laid up there and said that, damn, they laid up there and hit the milk dud head, hit him in the milk dud head, like his head made like a milk dud. You know what I'm saying? And shit, but this dude here, this dude Jock, man, they don't cut this man no fucking slack. You know what I'm saying? And especially in New York, you know what I'm saying? You know, New York is the biggest city, and like, damn, they heartless. They heartless, you know what I'm saying? You dig? And even though he from Queens, where his posse was at, you know what I'm saying? Where's I call him his crew, his clique, you know what I'm saying? His gang members, whatever you want to fucking call it. Where was his crew? You know what I'm saying? You dig? Because I'm gonna live there and put myself in that situations like a few months back, I had laid up there and beat up a YN. Yeah, I said it. I beat the shit out of a YN. And they tried to jump me. But the shit didn't work. Nah, the shit didn't work. You know? Cause it was like the little YN, he was talking crazy, you know what I'm saying? Doing these stretch like he a gangster or whatever it is, you know. And you meeting a gangster too, little daddy. You know, you meeting a fucking gangster too. So if a gangster and a gangster gonna clash, let's see who's gonna live there and last. You know, so once he put his hands up, you know what I'm saying? I'm all in. I'm all in, you know what I'm saying? He swung, missed, I swung, hit, you know what I'm saying? He going, ooh, and the next dude, I guess his brother or whatever, is saying, I can't let you do my brother. I had to go rush on him. As soon as I rushed on him and shit like that, you did. Another one came. When another one came, instead of him punching me down and all that, this nigga hit me in my back. You know what I'm saying? He hit me in my back. And then the trip part about it is, I fucked my hand up. Yeah, I fucked my hand up. You know what I'm saying? Put the camera on me right here. Put the camera on me right quick. Yeah, see right up in here? Right up in here, you know what I'm saying? Fucking my hand up, tore my ligaments up from punching him down. You know what I'm saying? So if I got beat up, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Did I get beat up? Let me lay up there and phrase that. Did I get beat up? Hell no. But my hand did. His face whooped my hand ass. His face beat my hand up. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure that his eye didn't heal and my hand didn't. You know what I'm saying? And the point I'm trying to make is, you know what I'm saying? It's like when people saying that you getting jumped and they ain't got no marks on you and all that, you did. I'm not going to fall for that shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, shout out to Ja Rule. You know what I'm saying? I hope you all right. You did, because when I did look at the shit, like I said, it didn't look like it was no brawl. It didn't look like you was on the ground. It didn't look like nobody was stomping you. And then when you came out laying up there with your cup of coffee and all that, smiling, you didn't have a mark on your face. For real. And by you not having a mark on your face, I feel like you didn't get jumped. You know, and then I can't wait to see the Jada and Joe show. And he gonna lay up there and say what happened. And when he say what happened, I'm gonna lay up there and inform y'all, you know what I'm saying? On that, you did. But Tasha K saying that he got jumped and all that, I'm not buying that, Tasha K. He didn't get jumped. I ain't see that shit, you know what I'm saying? I did not see that he got jumped. I didn't. If you do get jumped, let me tell you this. Cause me and my brother jumped the nigga before, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother Zoe, you know what I'm saying? Me and my brother Zoe jumped the nigga before. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't about nothing either with that, you know what I'm saying? Because like homie kind of ran. You know, I ain't gonna get into more details with that, but homie kind of ran when we was kind of putting our foot in his ass. You know what I'm saying? You dig? But I ain't gonna get into detail with that, and I'm gonna move on from that. You dig? But I'm glad Ja Rule is all right. You know what I'm saying? All this jumping shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Because if you do jump somebody, you're supposed to put them in the hospital. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker's supposed to be in the hospital bed for days, a week, a week or two. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? If you jump somebody, make sure you put this motherfucker in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't gonna put a motherfucker in the hospital, I don't consider you jumping somebody. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna move on from that because that was kind of light right there, you know. And again, big ups to Ja Rule from laying up there, coming back on the internet, saying that he all right, and Tasha K lying, and I believe the bitch was lying too, you know what I'm saying? So that's it from that, you know what I'm saying? I gotta go further from that to get y'all some better news and a better topic, you know what I'm saying? A better topic, like, you know, Honeycomb Breezy. Honeycomb Breezy. Honeycomb Breezy said DC and New Orleans are the most ruthless cities in the feds. I can buy that. I can definitely buy that, you know what I'm saying? You know, because I had a homie locked up in the feds, you know what I'm saying? I had a few partners locked up in the feds, but my closest friend, you know what I'm saying, on WB, he just came home from the feds, and he was surrounded by DC niggas, you know what I'm saying? And by he was surrounded by DC niggas and shit like that, you know, he said it probably was wilding and shit like that, you know. But let me tell you one thing he told me about the feds. When Honeycomb Breezy was saying this shit about Alabama and shit like that, you know, how Alabama get them dudes a pass and all that shit there, you know, and he was red flagging, you know, he was rocking with the Bloods instead of Alabama. Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up, Breeze. Before I lay up there and get into your audio, you mean to tell me you wasn't rocking with the niggas out of Bama? If you wasn't rocking with the niggas out of Bama, Honeycomb Breezy, Alabama niggas was pussy to you. For real, because if you said you was rocking with the Bloods, you straight up said it without saying it. You turned your back on the Alabama dudes, you know what I'm saying? You know, and I met a few dudes that knew, a couple of my partners I knew that was in the feds, and they said they was solid. Straight up, they said they was solid to a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? My homie B, my homie Rob, you know what I'm saying? My homie Lob, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Lob. They said they was solid, you know what I'm saying? Straight niggas from New Orleans, you know? But like, the DC niggas, you know what I'm saying? You gotta always think about it. Every nigga from DC gonna go to the feds. I don't give a fuck if they got a misdemeanor charge. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna be having a lot of DC niggas more than anything. But let's go to the audio with Honeycomb Breezy. What he said about DC and New Orleans niggas are the rootless niggas in the feds.
I ain't play. You play, you do that, I'm running on your ass. You gonna crank this bitch. I got New Orleans nigga with me. My nigga DC freak out of DC, all of bitch retarded. You know, go to the fed, DC, New Orleans nigga, they throw. And that's all I run with, bro. I hear a lot about DC. What is it about DC? They like that. They on that. They on that shit. They live for it. The sisters on it. Is it because everybody on it? Everybody on it DC. It don't matter who you can be a chump, but they gonna kill you too. Everybody on it. They don't go for who you is. Just like New Orleans. The whole ain't no on it, bro. Cause they make that shit where like you ain't on it, they gonna get you themselves. You know what I'm saying? You ain't on it, they gonna run on you. But like Alabama, them niggas ain't on that. They a spare niggas. Like he telling him on paperwork, they'll let nigga he walk the compound. That's why I was on game time. I went on Alabama. I was on game. I was on blood time. That bitch, you feel me? I got my red flag in that hole.
Wow. Again, Honeycomb Breezy. I don't know. I'm gonna put myself in that position like if I was you, because I'm from New Orleans. Just say like if I was a Blood, Crip and all that. We don't do all that shit out here in New Orleans with that gangbangers. I don't know where the fuck the dude Choppa from making the band get that shit from and all that. You know that he was initiated as a Blood out here in the city because Mac 10 brought the Bloods out here and shit like that. You did. You must have laid up there and went somewhere else and became a Blood. Because I ain't never heard that you got beat initiated in Choppa and shit like that. And not to change the subject and shit. You know what I'm saying? But if I was a Blood and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not turning my back on my city, man. You know, you said you were fucking with the Bloods, Breezy. So you mean to tell me that you turned your back on Alabama just to rock with strangers? You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck how cool they was. You know what I'm saying? Because it take one day for them to live there and turn their back on you. And this another thing about the Bloods and all that shit there. You know what I'm saying? Honeycomb Breezy. I believe that you was taking orders instead of giving them. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can't join no fucking gang. Straight up. I cannot join no gang because I can't take orders. You know what I'm saying? This shit like if I go in that motherfucker and join the gang and this motherfucker tell me to go hit somebody. You know what I'm saying? Man, look here. Go hit this motherfucker up and all that. No, man. I can't take no orders. You know what I'm saying? That means if I join the gang, I got to lay up there and do what you say. Fuck no. You know what I'm saying? And Honeycomb Breezy. I know, I don't really know you in all that shit there, you dig? I just know you that you rapped and shit for Rap A Lot and all that, you know what I'm saying? But ain't nobody known, you ain't known from being no gang leader in the streets. You know what I'm saying? You not known from being no gang leader in the streets. So if you said you was rocking with the Bloods, that means you was taking orders. You know what I'm saying? You taking orders like you work at McDonald's. Straight the fuck up. That's how I look at it, you know what I'm saying? If you're not saying the real issue of it, you know what I'm saying? But when you say that you was rocking with the Bloods, if the leader of the Bloods in there tell you to go lay up there and go kick this motherfucking dude in the ass and all that, you go and do it because you got to take orders. If you don't do it, they going to fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? And some niggas from New Orleans who join gangs in that motherfucking all that, you don't think they're going to turn on you or the DC niggas going to turn on you if you don't lay up there and do what the gang leader said? Straight up. Yeah, Honeycomb Breezy, I feel like you was taking orders. You dig? If you said you was rocking with Bloods, like I laid up there and mentioned before, that means you was taking orders. You know what I'm saying? That means there ain't no leader. That's a fucking follower. Cause you said, man, look, let me tell you one thing when the motherfuckers say about who they rocking with. If you say you rocking with somebody, that means you a follower. You know what I'm saying? If I'm rocking with myself, I'm a leader. Straight up. I'm a fucking leader. You know what I'm saying? I'm rocking with the Bloods, or rocking with the Crips, or rocking with whoever the fuck gangs that's in there. You's a follower, dude. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? And you look at that shit like it's fucking a game to be a fucking follower. You know what I'm saying? You did. Now, it's cool to become on the streets and lay up there and say they to some young niggas and all that shit that's saying that and make them do shit like you're a leader and all that. But when you was in them feds and all that, or jail, whatever the fuck you was in, nigga, you wasn't no fucking leader. You was a follower. You was taking orders. Straight the fuck up, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not buying that, Honeycomb, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, don't get me wrong, you did. New Orleans in D.C., I don't know about D.C., but New Orleans, they is one of the motherfucking ruthless motherfuckers in the feds or jail, you know what I'm saying? Because Louisiana have the most incarcerated people in the nation. For real. You know what I'm saying? Louisiana, you know what I'm saying? From Shreveport to Baton Rouge to Alexandria to New Orleans to Lafayette, whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying? You did, but you laid up there and picked New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? And we small, you know what I'm saying? And I'm figuring that like before Katrina, we had probably like 1 million people out here. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. We probably had like 1 million people out here before it. Everybody laid up there and went their ways. So, you know, our city's small. And we ain't got a lot of people like that, you know what I'm saying? You dig until the YN's coming up or whatever. But, nigga, you was taking fucking orders. And that's what you should have came out and said to say Cheese or whoever the fuck the dude Sean Cotton you was talking to. You know what I'm saying? You did. When you said you was rocking with the Bloods, you should have laid up there and said, yeah, I was taking orders too. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't never laid up there and laid down on some gang leader shit you did like Big U. Big U in that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, as a cripple, wherever you at in LA in jail or something you did. But I bet you any money, you know what I'm saying, that he's laying up there doing the leading, not the following. You know what I'm saying? He's doing the leading, not the following. You did, because if you rocking with any fucking gang, you know what I'm saying? If I was a gang leader, you know what I'm saying, Honeycomb Breezy, and I was there with you and you did, and we rocking with the same gang, man, I would have sent you on so many missions. You know what I'm saying? You'd have probably thought you was Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. I would have sent you on buku missions because you said you was rocking with them. If you rocking with a lot of motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, and it was Bloods and all that, you're digging. This is the trip part about it. I don't know too many Bloods in New Orleans. I don't know too many Bloods in New Orleans, you know what I'm saying? Don't think Wayne got initiated as a Blood or Baby got initiated as a Blood in the city. Fuck no. Fuck no. Even though Mac 10 came out here and brought that blood shit to him and all that you did, how did they get initiated? You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure that they got gangs in Alabama and you got initiated in the shit you did, or you got initiated in the gang culture in jail or whatever, you know what I'm saying, you did, but that didn't make you no leader. Straight the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So Honeycomb Breezy, I'm not buying that shit, you know what I'm saying? Straight up, you did. Either you gonna rock with one motherfucker or the other, you did, because you said you was rocking with DC and you was rocking with New Orleans, you know what I'm saying, and you was rocking with the Blood. That's three. When I'm listening to your shit, it confused me. Straight the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm moving on from that shit there, you know what I'm saying, you did, because I ain't buying that shit, Honeycomb Breezy. My nigga, you's a follower. Straight the fuck up. You is a follower, you did, because you take orders if you rocking with the Bloods. Straight the fuck up. Come join my gang then, you did, the Piranha gang, you know what I'm saying? We gonna give you a lot of missions. Straight the fuck up, you know what I'm saying? And I'm moving on from that shit, you know what I'm saying? Because shit y'all motherfuckers be saying is crazy. Straight up. That shit be crazy, man. Straight the fuck up, you did. And I'm moving on from it, like I said. NLE Choppa. NLE Choppa. NLE Choppa says his beef with Youngboy is a marketing gimmick. I can believe that. I can really believe that. You know what I'm saying? Because the KO video, you was doing a lot of dancing. You was doing a lot of fucking dancing, you know what I'm saying? You dig? You know, like when Pac had the Hit 'Em Up video, Pac wasn't doing no motherfucking dancing. He was going straight at Biggie or Bad Boy. You know what I'm saying? You got a little dude who look like NBA Youngboy on his knees and you taking a belt and smacking him on his ass, and after that, you start dancing with the shit, you know what I'm saying? Real shit, you start dancing with the shit, you dig? And I really believe you that it is a marketing gimmick, you know what I'm saying? Because you laid up there and put a billboard in Baton Rouge. Excuse me. You put a billboard in Baton Rouge, KO, and all that you did. That's all for a marketing gimmick. You know what I'm saying? I said that shit before you ever went on the Matt Hoffa show. For real. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's check out the audio on NLE Choppa saying about his beef with NBA Youngboy or his so-called marketing gimmick with NBA Youngboy.
So is that the situation with NBA Youngboy?
Like, I ain't never had problems with them.
No.
I mean, like, that goes back to what I'm saying. Like, you know, he ain't never did nothing to me, no harm to me, or nobody around me. I never did no harm to him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like, what is beef? You know what I'm saying? I feel like beef is when something has happened, blood has been shed. You know, that's beef to me. That's beef where I come from. I come from Memphis. So, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if a rock been thrown away, that's when it's, you know, like that. But if it's not, you know.
But how do you figure out whether the other side is thinking the way that you think?
Cause something would have been happening. If you really want somebody hurt, you would get them hurt.
Yeah.
You would try. Even if it don't touch nobody around you, you would try.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You would feel some tension. You would feel something.
Right.
You would be paranoid, looking over your shoulder when you walk out your house or something.
Right.
But we just living. I'm gonna let those people act like it's fun beefing with this group, that group. Something happened to you, you don't even know where it come from, unless somebody rip on it. But I feel like real power is keeping everything cordial.
Like I said, like you said, NLE Choppa, you know what I'm saying? And who the cares you from Memphis, you know what I'm saying? We all know Memphis is wild, but I don't think Memphis wild like my fucking city or Baton Rouge. Because I don't know nothing about Memphis. You say, man, I'm from Memphis and all that. That don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I could have laid up there and easily said, man, I'm from New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers going to instantly connect that, man, them niggas from New Orleans don't play. Just like you think niggas from Memphis don't play. Straight up, you know. And I really believe that is a marketing gimmick. You know what I'm saying? All that fucking dancing in the video. You know? You dig? Because, like, that's one thing I got to say about NBA Youngboy. If you do an interview or not, the little bitch ain't hiding nothing. He not about to lay up there and say, oh, I ain't got no beef with him and all that. Ain't no bloodshed. And you right. You right. You know what I'm saying? If there is no bloodshed, there is no beef. That's just what I said on my last podcast with Turk and BG. You know what I'm saying? If there ain't no bloodshed, there is no beef. You know what I'm saying? So I do have to agree with you on the marketing gimmick. You know what I'm saying? But if you have to lay up there and sabotage a man's career, what you getting? You laid up there and just made his fan base higher and made him get more paid. You know what I'm saying? By you doing that KO, okay, yo, you know what I'm saying? You did that's just to put some dollars in your pocket, homie. You know what I'm saying? Because that marketing gimmick was, to me, the video was funny. The shit was funny. I don't know if you want to dance like Michael Jackson, MC Hammer, or James Brown at the same fucking time. You know what I'm saying? Doing this Ali shit and all that. You know what I'm saying? You dig? Then then like you take the belt and smacked it on the little dude ass who looked like young boy, and then you got the head of young boy and all that shit there you did. To other people, that's disrespect. Straight the fuck up. That's disrespect. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't look at the NBA camp, the young boy camp. They ain't gonna take that shit as no marketing gimmick. You know what I'm saying? You did that just like the little dude at the airport. You know what I'm saying? Who you had a fight with. You did. He ain't look at it as no fucking marketing gimmick. He was a fan that ready to get on your ass behind NBA Youngboy. But if you say that's a marketing gimmick for you, I believe you. I believe you know what I'm saying? Because ain't no bloodshed. You know what I'm saying? And nobody got killed. Nobody got hurt. None of that. You know what I'm saying? You did. Because you ain't get close to NBA and NBA ain't get close to you. And I don't think his entourage or his security and your entourage and security gonna let that happen. Straight the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna move on from that shit there, you know. I got some other shit to tell y'all about this nigga, Young Thug. Young fucking Thug. Excuse me. Young Thug, man. Young Thug, a reporter asked Young Thug, what is his gay anthem? And he said ninjas. Well, we all know ninjas, niggas, you know what I'm saying, shit like that, you know. And Thug, you serious? Is you serious, man? I'm like this. If I was in your shoes or a position like you was, can't no man walk up to me and ask me what's the gay anthem. So where the fuck you was at? You know what I'm saying? Cause look like you was at like a little fashion show and all that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, though, a reporter can't walk up to me and just say, "What is your gay anthem?" You know what I'm saying? And then the trip part about it when he laid up there and answered, you know what I think he was about to say? Remember that song by Diana Ross? I'm coming out. I want the world to show. I want the world. I thought you was about to say that. You named your own song. Matter of fact, man, let's get into the audio with the reporter asked Young Thug a question, and he said this.
We're here with Them Magazine. What's your gay anthem of the moment?
My who?
Your gay anthem.
Gay anthem?
Yeah.
What's that?
Just a song that you're like, you know what, the gays kind of ate with this one.
The gays kind of ate with it. Maybe Ninjas. It's called Ninjas, and it's by this gay rapper named Young Thug.
Okay, I can't wait to listen to it. Have fun tonight. Thank you.
Man, you serious, Young Thug? Is you serious? You say Ninjas by a gay rapper named Young Thug. Man, look here. If you think that's for internet and you serious about that shit, man, you need to stop. You know what I'm saying? They already calling you a fucking rat out here, you know what I'm saying, you dig? But now you gonna live there and label yourself as a gay rapper? I don't get it, dude. I don't get it, you know what I'm saying? A motherfucking reporter would have laid up there and came to me, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I have nothing against nobody that's gay, the LGBTI, whatever the fucking community, whatever that shit is. I have no issues with that, you know. I have nothing against that, you dig? Because I have a gay cousin, Lord rest his soul, and I have a gay niece. You know what I'm saying? I love my niece to death, and I'm not ashamed of her at all. Straight up, I'm not ashamed of her at all. You know, but for somebody to come up to me, if I was in your position to say, what is your gay anthem? I would have told him, man, get the fuck out of my face before I put my foot in your ass. That's be my anthem, you know what I'm saying? Straight fucking shit kicking in your ass. Straight the fuck up, you know what I'm saying? But you laid up there and responded in a nice way and said Ninjas by a gay rapper named Young Thug. No, man. No. Now just imagine Baby, 50 Cent, Rick Ross, Jim Jones, Cameron, with all these rappers, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that man could have walked up to them and asked them that shit. I don't even think he would have laid up there, had the balls to lay up there and ask him that shit, you dig? So where you was at a gay fashion show or something for the man to come up to you and ask you a question about what is your gay anthem? You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, I thought you was about to say Diana Ross. The gay anthem, you know what I'm saying? Because that is the gay anthem. I'm coming out. I want the world to. I want the world to. I thought you were about to say that, but you laid up there and said your own song. Ninjas by Young Thug. Nigga, get the fuck out of here, man. You serious? You serious, dude? You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I don't listen to Young Thug. I can't tell you now one song he got. You dig? Except the I'm lying. I can tell you one song that I know by him and Rich Homie Quan. Him, Rich Homie Quan and Baby. Lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I liked that song and shit like that, you know. But the other song, I can't name not one lyric from one Young Thug. Not one lyric. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no person that'll live there and say I don't like music, you know what I'm saying, by the next generation or the younger generation and shit like that. You know, I like old rappers like Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying, Rick Ross, Juvenile, you know what I'm saying, Cameron, the Dipset, all that. You did that old shit, you did Nas, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. But, man, your credibility is gone, dude. Straight up. Your credibility is gone to me when you laid up there and made that fucking anthem. Then you know these people's gonna post that shit. You know what I'm saying? It was bad enough for you out here wearing a fucking dress and shit like that, you know. And the dude would have said that you not gay and shit like that. Excuse me. You know, but you saying Ninjas by a gay rapper named Young Thug. Young Thug, I ain't buying it. I'm not buying that shit there, you know what I'm saying? You did. Your credibility is shot, you know what I'm saying? You did. Your credibility been shot, you know what I'm saying? When they had you recording about ratting and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? You did. But nobody, a lot of people overlooked it. But this shit here, I ain't overlooking that. You know what I'm saying? That shit that was kind of crazy and clownish to you. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be on the Ronald McDonald mascot team for that, you did. Because, man, look here. Fuck that. No reporter gonna walk up to me or my motherfucking partners and ask me what is the gay anthem. Straight up. Straight the fuck up, you know what I'm saying? And I'm moving on from that shit, you know what I'm saying? Because Young Thug, really, you fucked up in the head. A lot of these dudes from Atlanta that be going to jail and coming home, man, them dudes really fucked up in the head to me. For real. Y'all really fucked up in the head to me, you dig? And I gotta live there and move on from that, you dig? Because that shit ain't brushing up on no nigga from New Orleans, man. I'm sorry, man. Fuck that, you know what I'm saying? Moving on, man. Moving on. Pras from the Fugees. Pras from the Fugees was sentenced to 14 years. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if he had to do fed time. I'm pretty sure he had to do fed time from embezzlement and stealing money from an overseas prince or whatever he did for Obama or whatever they call that shit for the campaign of Obama. But basically, you were stealing. You know what I'm saying? If you got convicted, you were stealing. You did put down 14 years. Man, you got to do 85% of that. Even though your career was over anyway, you know what I'm saying? Because the Fugees, man, the Fugees been gone about 20 years. I don't even think you did a whole solo. I mean, you did. Nobody listened to that shit anyway, but 14 years. 14 years, though, Pras. Man, that's a long time. And you know, you got to do 85% of that shit, you know? That's a long time, man. But was it worth it? If it was worth it, you know what I'm saying? Stand on the time, you know? You have to stand on the shit you done, you know? Because karma a motherfucker. But let me tell you a thing about karma. Karma just ain't bad. Karma could be good, too. You know what I'm saying? You did. Karma can be good, too. You know what I'm saying? Because if you do good deeds come back to you. That's karma. But if you do bad deeds, you know what I'm saying? Bad deeds come to you know what I'm saying? But everybody think that karma is something like if you do some fucked up shit, it come back to you. Nah, man, if you do something good, it come back to you too. But we call something good coming back to us a blessing. Yeah. If whatever we do something good and it come back to us a blessing. But if we do some fucked up ass shit you did, we label karma. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Pras and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? I hope you get through this shit, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us going through something, you know what I'm saying? And we got to get ourselves out the situation and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? You did, including me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna discuss that shit, but karma is a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? You did, because like if you steal something from somebody, you did. And this is the thing about it. When you taking money from somebody, you stealing this shit, you don't think a motherfucker gonna know? You know? Or somebody, they gonna know. Straight up. Somebody's gonna find out, you know what I'm saying, about you taking from them or not, you know what I'm saying? But you took millions. You took millions. And when you took millions, you know what I'm saying? It's damn. Man. They laid up there and gave you a valuable lesson on taking millions and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Because that's crazy, though. That's crazy. That's crazy. Because I'm pretty sure that if you was a certain color, you wouldn't have got no 14 years. They would have gave you the blue crime, the blue collar crime. The blue collar crime is like probably like a 6 months to a year or maybe 5. You know what I'm saying? But they leave like they looking at you like you did a whole pounding scheme or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Give you 14 years from stealing this shit you did. But who you ever stole from or the prosecutors or whatever, they try to make an example out of you and they did. You know what I'm saying? And let's lay up there and hope Pras lay up there and get through this shit, you know what I'm saying? And damn. You know, like, damn, that time shit, man. That time shit is a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? And people can relate to that, you know what I'm saying, about doing time. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people can't relate to doing time, you know what I'm saying? And let's lay up there and wish the best for Pras, you know what I'm saying? And hope we go through this shit, you dig? And we moving on. We moving on to something bigger and better, you know what I'm saying? Because I got something to say on this shit here. Ksoo. Ksoo, man. Ksoo dad. You know what I'm saying? You know the dude Ksoo, I think he was in Florida and shit like that. You know, one of them little up and coming artists or whatever he was, you know what I'm saying? But deep down he was a gangster. But Ksoo dad is sentenced to time for credit served with an electric ankle monitor and 3 years probation from testifying on him. Man, look here, bro. Man, look here. You know, like my father's dead. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if my father would have did that shit to me. You know what I'm saying? Because he was in jail all his life. But I'm gonna live there and speak on me in that situation. Man, look here. You don't think that you a fuck up from that? You know what I'm saying? You don't think your life is fucked up? Because you damn, man. It's hard to live up there and judge you, Ksoo dad. You dig? I don't even know your fucking name. You dig? I don't even want to know your fucking name. But you real fucked up, bro. You dig? You real fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You dig? It's like, man, you bad for the public, dude. You bad for the public. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you. As soon as you walk out them doors and you live up there and go to the store, somebody gonna look at you crazy. You probably get fucking killed. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not wishing that on. You know what I'm saying? You did, but shit like that can happen. And let's go to the audio of Ksoo dad laying up there, speaking out at the courtroom. Yeah, let's check out the audio of Ksoo dad. You know what I'm saying? Let's check that shit out.
My heart is with Hakeem. When he came to live with me, I didn't know how I was gonna put food on the table for me or him. I have fought with him literally, physically. Whenever his mother called me, I dropped whatever I was doing to go get on him. I never missed a PTA meeting. I never missed a parent conference. The school knew me by heart. That's how active I was in his life. I'm not standing here pretending that I don't love Hakeem. I still love him. I never stopped loving him. And I know he hates me. Sometimes I wish I could tell him I love him, whether he accept it or not. Even if he spit in my face, I still would love him. That will never change. I'm not only standing here for myself. I have 3 babies, 10, 7, and 6 years old. I don't want to lose them. If I lose those boys, I know I can't get them back.
Man, that shit sad, bro. For real, that shit is sad, bro. You know what I'm saying? You sentence your son to life to live there because you said you got three more other sons. You ain't looking out for them, nigga. You was looking out for your fucking self. And then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? You laying up there saying Ksoo fought you literally, you know what I'm saying, physically, whatever that, you know what I'm saying, you did. Man, fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, you bringing that bullshit up, you know what I'm saying, your sentence hearing and you getting free. And your son about to go do life. You did. Check this out. I have a stepson. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a biological son, you know what I'm saying? But I have a stepson, and I look at him like he is my biological son, you know what I'm saying? You did. But if he having to do something, you know what I'm saying, and they want me to testify on him, I'm not doing it. And if they offer me life and all that, then man, that's how the game go. You know what I'm saying? That's just how the game go. You know, man, you know, you making me fucking stutter, dude. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't looking out for your fucking 3 kids, you know what I'm saying, man? You was looking out for yourself. Straight up. You did. You was looking out for yourself like this chick. You know what I'm saying? Convicted my cousin. My cousin had got 30 years for a murder, you know what I'm saying? And she was involved in the shit, you dig? Like, in some way it was like something happened, you know what I'm saying? And he laid up there was looking out for her. You know what I'm saying? And shit happened, you dig, a dude died and all that shit there, you dig, and they fled. They fled to St. Louis or some shit like that, you know. But when they got caught, this bitch was willing to testify against him, you know, and he did it for her. You know what I'm saying? This bitch laid up there and said, man, I gotta look out for my kids. No, bitch, you just like Ksoo dad. You was looking out for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because she laid up there and got the same thing, time for credit serve or whatever she got, you did, and she's on the street now. You know what I'm saying? Just like Ksoo daddy going on the street, you know what I'm saying? Man, y'all not looking out for no fucking children. That's the first thing. And then the thing about it is, with a woman you did, that's the first thing them people gonna lay up there and look at you, man. You have kids, you know what I'm saying? Look out for them children, you know what I'm saying? Be there for them children and blase this, blase that, you know what I'm saying? They probably was telling his bitch ass that too. Look out for your 3 youngers and lay up there and see about what he did. And you did it. You know what I'm saying? You did. You still got convicted, you know what I'm saying? Even though you laying up there going home, you still got a conviction with the shit you did. You got 3 years probation and you got an ankle monitor. You got 3 years probation and you got an ankle monitor from telling on your son. You know what I'm saying? And I hope my stepson looking at this. If my stepson looking at this, put the camera on me. Put the camera on me. Son, this shit ain't gonna never happen with me and you. Straight the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? My lips are sealed. Straight the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And even though I don't think you that type of person to live up there and go head first and be a crash dummy. You know what I'm saying? But my lips are sealed. They have to lock me under the jail before I live there, fuck around, and take you away from your daughters. Straight the fuck up, you know what I'm saying? Because you know how to think about it. Ksoo daddy, you lived your life. To me, you lived your life, you know what I'm saying? And not on top of that, you know what I'm saying? You was down with the shit he was doing. You lived your life, you know what I'm saying? Now, how Ksoo children gonna look at you? You worrying about your fucking son. You ain't never laid up there and said about the whole family. The whole family gonna look at you different like a motherfucker. Straight the fuck up. The whole family gonna look at, even your children probably look at you when they get older. Is this my dad? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I have to be a mouse because my daddy a rat. You know what I'm saying? That's how that shit go though. You know what I'm saying? Your children lay up there and be a mouse because you a fucking rat. Straight the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I gotta say about that too, Ksoo daddy. I ain't buying it, you know what I'm saying? You're a fuck nigga, you know what I'm saying? You need to live there and serve 20 fucking years or whatever, you know what I'm saying? From doing that to your son, you did. And I hate to say this, but when you come home, dude, you probably be fucking dead, dude. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling you did. But I know one thing. Something not gonna come out that shit good. Nothing ain't gonna come out good for that one on, dude. From telling on your son, you know what I'm saying? You did. And I hope people live there and comment on my Facebook or my Instagram. Would you tell on your child to get yourself out of jail? That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And I'm moving on from that shit, you know what I'm saying? Because that's some clown ass shit. And you need to live there and be in the Ronald McDonald Foundation too. Straight up. You need to be in the Ronald McDonald Foundation too. Real shit, man. Real shit. Man, I'm moving on from that shit though, man. D1, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing bad to say about D1. I ain't got nothing bad to say about D1. Straight up, you know what I'm saying? I think that's a positive brother, and he doing positive things. And keep up the good work, D1. You know what I'm saying? But D1 says this: for the first time since February of 1990, there are no rap songs in the top 40 of the Hot 100 Billboard. Man, do y'all agree? You know what I'm saying? I seen the shit, you know what I'm saying? He right, you know. Let's go to the audio with D1 talking about no rap hits being in the top 100.
Ain't no rap songs on the Billboard chart. Guess what? That wasn't hip hop. That was hypocritical hop in the first place. Glorifying all the wrong messages. Industry putting money behind all the wrong people. And then we call them legends and heroes in our community. Man, stop. We need a whole cultural reset, and it's the perfect time. A shift is happening. People waking up. We don't want to be represented or misrepresented like that no more, man. The next wave of people that need to get pushed by the industry need to be having something to say. You heard me? The fans need to support people who have something significant to say and are still talented. That's all, man. Don't cry because of these outcomes. This whole thing was fake in the first place. Hypocritical. You cry when these rappers die, but you love when they glorify murder when they're alive. It don't make sense, man. So don't get mad. We don't need to be that desperate to be on the Billboard charts that we're like, man, just take any rap music. We don't want all rap music to represent us no more. Not stuff that's going to
glorifying the same things that's contributing to our downfall, man. Stop. Think. A shift is happening. Time to reset.
Wow. Do y'all agree though? What he's saying about the negativity of rappers dying, you know what I'm saying, and glorifying other rappers who do shit like murder or whatever, you know what I'm saying, you did. When the rappers die, y'all cry. Like a lot of rappers was crying and shit when King Von died. You know what I'm saying, you did. That's the issue he's trying to live there and make. By saying you know, y'all we glorifying this murder shit, you know what I'm saying, but we're not glorifying the positive things and you did, but what y'all think about that? Is he right or not? Well, he is right. You know what I'm saying? And he is telling it like it is. I ain't really got nothing bad to say about this dude, you know what I'm saying? Because every time I see this dude is on a positive level. A positive level, you know what I'm saying? Even though he going at rappers next, you know what I'm saying? Because that's his opinion. But let me tell you this, D1. Let me tell you this. Even though you can voice your opinion on a person of negativity that what you think, you know what I'm saying? When it's judgment time, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to know these dudes. You don't know if they're going to go to heaven or hell. Real shit, D1. You know what I'm saying? D1, when judgment day come, I don't think you're going to even know your mother or your father. That's what the Bible said. You know what I'm saying? And this is another thing about this heaven and hell shit, how they got us fucked up about that, you know what I'm saying? They're saying like heaven is in the sky and hell is in the ground. That's the biggest myth of all time. Heaven in the sky and hell in the ground. That was you know, that to me, I think that was brainwashed. You know what I'm saying? I think that was brainwashed. You know what I'm saying? I think the white man brainwashed us saying that heaven's in the sky and hell is in the ground. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, like our ancestors, you know what I'm saying, and other people, you know, diamonds and gold is in the ground. Let me repeat that. Diamonds, gold, all kind of precious metals are in the ground. So the white man laid up there and told us, if you digging far enough, you're gonna dig to hell. And we believe that. So the white man started digging, and he found our precious metals like the diamonds and the gold. Like look at all these like, how can I say it? These people, you know what I'm saying, from Arabians to the Jewish people, you know what I'm saying, they own the jewelry stores. And the Chinese people with the man Johnny Dane and all that shit there, you know what I'm saying, they own the jewelry stores. I don't know not one black jewelry store because we was brainwashed, you know what I'm saying. And I gotta agree with D1, you know what I'm saying, about the glorifying of murder and not lifting a person up and all that, and saying that the rap thing is not on at the Billboard level and all that because the shit's trash. And then there's another thing though, D1. You know that a lot of these record companies, they fund the jails. A lot of the record companies fund the jails. Straight up. They do. You know, and that's crazy though. You know what I'm saying? You did, but back to like this brainwashing shit that they told us about heaven and hell. Heaven is not in the sky, and hell is not in the ground. Straight up, you know what I'm saying? Heaven is not in the sky, and hell is not in the ground. And I'm going to move on from that, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to D1, you know what I'm saying, from doing positive things and being on a positive level. Damn, excuse me. Coughing like a motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? Takeshi 6ix9ine. I'm going to stay on this clown ass, straight up. You know what I'm saying? You know, because he's a fuck nigga. You know, he ain't even no nigga to me. You know what I'm saying? He's somebody else. You know what I'm saying? 6ix9ine said he regrets snitching on his crew. This motherfucker said he regrets snitching on his crew. You know what I'm saying? First of all, you laid up there and said about they stole money from you. They laid up there and slept with your girl and all. Man, that don't give you no right to tell on nobody, man. You know, I don't get me wrong. I ain't never really let nobody stole a lot of money from me. You know what I'm saying? And none of my partners really never went behind my back and fucked over me behind one of my bras and all that you did. But if they did, I'm not about to tell on them, dude. And why the fuck you regretting it now? You know what I'm saying? Why is you regretting it now that you told on the dudes and shit like that, man? Let's go to the audio with this fucking snitch nigga said, man.
Do you wrong when you've snitched? No, bro. And I'm saying that because I love the people I think I'm with. I love the people to the point where I knew without them that none of the shit would be possible. And I didn't believe that they would be capable of sleeping with the person I was with, taking the amount of money that they would. I knew there was gang affiliation, splits, and I knew that, you know, they were being crime by it. For like my own friend that I gave $30,000, $90,000 to would kidnap me. And I miss some of the people.
Man, sound like this nigga about to cry, man. Sound like he about to cry, but you was glorifying the snitching and shit like that, talking about you doing the right thing and all that. You did. First of all, when you in the streets, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Whatever comes to you, comes to you. You know what I'm saying? You doing all this. If I'd have did 40-something years, y'all would have been making millions. You know what I'm saying? Y'all would have been partying and all that. Man, that shit don't mean nothing. That shit don't mean nothing, you know what I'm saying, man? I wouldn't tell on my fucking worst enemy. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I would have did my enemy something, I probably would have regretted in the long run from doing him something, but not saying nothing on him or telling on him. You know what I'm saying? But you did it to your partners, and you regret it. Man, you don't regret that shit, man. You just saying that shit for the fucking internet, man. Yeah, that's that fuck nigga shit, you know what I'm saying? Man, get back in your fucking cage, man. Get back in your cage, you did, because I can't even live there and relate to motherfuckers like you. You know what I'm saying? I can't relate to dudes like you. Not at all. I can't relate to dudes like you know what I'm saying? Because once you did something, man, you can't take it back. You can't take that shit back. You know what I'm saying? If you did can take it back, you know what I'm saying? You did, shit, you would have never done it. Straight the fuck up, you did. So you ain't regret that you told on your crew. You know what I'm saying? You did, man. You wish you did, man. You had that all in your fucking mind when them people was coming. You know what I'm saying? You did, because you already knew when you laying up there making a whole blood video, you know the hip hop police gonna watch it. You know what I'm saying? And then your crew wasn't thinkers anyway. You know what I'm saying? Just like you wasn't no thinker. So why the fuck would you lay up there regretting when you've been getting on all these shows, these podcasts, and saying why you did this and why you did that? You know what I'm saying? To put a man down and all of a sudden you regret it. Man, you's a fuck dude, man. I can't even call you a fuck nigga because you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like I said on my last podcast, you did. You did a Spanish album, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think you was surrounded by motherfucking black people anyway, you know what I'm saying? You was a video man. You're a video man turned rapper. You dig? But no, I ain't buying that shit, you dig? And I got to get the fuck off you know what I'm saying? And for my last question, y'all, my last question coming down here in the city. Last question coming from the city, you know what I'm saying? Terrence Gangsta Williams. Terrence Gangsta Williams, you know what I'm saying? Terrence Gangsta Williams says that the younger generation have a misconception of the ninth ward in the East being separated. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all think he right? The younger generation, because the old heads really know. The old heads really know. But I'm going to let y'all lay up there and hear this audio before I lay up there and leave my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Because I hope I don't ruffle no motherfucking feathers on what I see, you know what I'm saying, about what Terrence Gangsta Williams said. Let's check it out.
You know what? And I be hearing this shit going on with the new generation. They be trying to say, you know, when I was in LTI, the East, the Florida, the Zion, all that was a ninth ward. So now they be trying to separate, oh, that's the East, the East. No, I was like, that was the nine. Yeah. And Choppa and Rain, Lil D other nine was part of the nine wall. Yeah, exactly. That's right.
Do y'all agree, though? Do y'all agree that the East is the ninth ward? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Do I agree that the East is the ninth wall? Yes. You know what I'm saying? The East is the ninth wall, you know what I'm saying? You did, because the younger generation separating the East from the ninth wall, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you why. You know what I'm saying? You did. I guess they don't want no part of it or not, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing about the East. The East is like a city itself in the city. The East had, you know what I'm saying, their own mall. You did. They got their own hospital. They had their own theater. They had a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? It was like a city inside itself. So the East didn't really have to go out to the city, You know what I'm saying? Because they had everything in the East what they had in the city. Now, when I was locked up, when I was a teenager and shit like that, you dig? I was locked up in CYC. You know what I'm saying? And my last day in CYC, you know what I'm saying? They put me in an all-night war dome. An all-night war dome because the 15 had their own dome and the night war had their own dome. You know what I'm saying? So my last day in CYC, they put me in an all-night war dome. And guess who was in the night war dome? The fucking East. You know what I'm saying? The East. The East wasn't in the no mixed dome with the 7th war, the 8th war, the 4th war, the 5th war. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the 3rd war or the 10th war. You know what I'm saying? The East was in an all-night war dome. You know what I'm saying? Look how close they is together, man. You know what I'm saying? So if the East is not the night war, what war is the East? You dig? Because this is Orleans Parish. Orleans Parish has a ward in every section. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about when you go on the West Bank, you know what I'm saying? You go to the 15. Once you go to the 15, you're in the 15. Once you cross the Jefferson Parish line, there is no fucking ward. Straight up, you did like Gretna, Harvey, Marrero, and you dig, what the fuck is West Wego and shit like that, Avondale. That is not a ward. That's just Jefferson Parish. But once you lay up there and come in Algiers, that's the 15th. You know what I'm saying? So what is the East? The 2nd ward or the 1st ward? You did, if it is that, you should have been slayed that shit that. You know what I'm saying? But the East is the night ward. Straight the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just telling it how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, when Gangsta said he was locked up, you know what I'm saying? He was locked up with niggas out the night ward in the East. And that's the night ward. When I was locked up in CYC, you know what I'm saying? You did. And HOD, the parish, CCC, and all that shit there. You know what I'm saying? You did. It was the night ward. Straight the fuck up. That's just like this. Bank Street. You know what I'm saying? You know, Bank Street is mid-city. You did, but that is still considered the 3rd ward. Straight the fuck up. You did, but Bank Street ain't no inside, ain't no wall. No, that's the 3rd wall. You know what I'm saying? So the East is the night wall. Straight the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And just the thing about it is, y'all have to live there and accept it. Straight the fuck up. The East got to accept that there's the night wall. You know what I'm saying? This is like this. My wife, she went laid up there and voted last week. And they say like what precinct it was, ward, whatever this shit, what district. And they said night ward. They didn't say fucking New Orleans East. They said night ward. Straight the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So I have to agree with him. You know what I'm saying? I have to agree with Terrence Gangsta Williams that the East is the night ward. Straight the fuck up. Excuse me. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You digging I hope I ain't ruffled no feathers. You know what I'm saying? If I did, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? You did, but the East is the night ward. Straight up about it, no if, as, and bust about it. You know what I'm saying? You did, you know what I'm straight up. No if, as, and bust about it. Like I said, the East is the night wall. You know what I'm saying? And I laid up there. Last thing for y'all is my thought for your mind. My thought for your mind is, fellas, ladies. You know what I'm saying? The grain gonna always be there. The grain is always gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by the grain gonna always be there, you know what I'm saying? You dig like your partner, you know what I'm saying? You dig if he doing this thing, he continue doing this thing, the grain is there. Don't never go against the grain. You know what I'm saying? Never go against the grain, because the grain gonna always be there. Straight the fuck up, you dig? But when the grain always be there, you dig, don't go against it if you with it. You know what I'm saying? If you not with it, you know what I'm saying? You dig, you not in the grain, you dig? Because the grain is gonna be there. You dig? Like I said, never go against the grain. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I have for y'all, you know what I'm saying? With the Gipp and Glow show, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me, the green room with Gipp and Glow, you did? I'm your host who does the most. Gipp Star, a.k.a. Mojo, a.k.a. Kage Bell Boy, a.k.a. Gippy Lee, a.k.a. Gipp Star. You can call me whatever you want, but just don't call me Collect, you know what I'm saying? And we out of here, you know what I'm saying? Thanks for enjoying episode 2, season 2, you know what I'm saying? Holla.
Sweep it up like a broom, the elephants in the room. Feeling like MJ, I walk it out on the moon. These boys faster than Zoom, I'm floating like a balloon. I'm from the womb to the tomb, I'm repping the green room.